was really unique. I think it's very creative for Caitlin Clark to come up with something like this. And I just enjoy like all of it. It's like aura.
We love it! It's simple, yet it speaks a lot.
I love it so much.
I'm a big fan of it. Simplicity is the best. I like the design. Nike always does great with design, so I'm a huge fan of the logo.
It looks really cool. I was really excited to see it last night, and it looks like we're going to get shirts with it on it, so that's pretty exciting, too.
I like it. I like how it incorporates, like, the CC.
I love it. Double C's. Let's go, Kayla!
Feels good. Got the pants, got the charms, necklace, zipper.
Some games are good. Some games are great. But once in a lifetime, a game becomes legendary. For Caitlin Clark, that legendary moment arrived when the Indiana Fever stepped onto court to face the Seattle Storm. From the outside, it looked like any other WNBA matchup. But inside the arena, the atmosphere was anything but ordinary. Fans began arriving hours before tip-off, lining up around the block, buzzing with anticipation. Children carried handmade signs scrawled with Clark's name. Parents wore freshly bought jerseys with 22 stitched proudly across their backs, and entire families painted their faces in Fever colors. The closer it got to game time, the louder the arena grew until the entire building seemed alive, pulsing, vibrating, feeding off collective belief that tonight would be special. When Clark finally stepped onto hardwood, the energy shifted instantly. Every camera in the building turned to her, every eye locked in. Her body language spoke volumes. Shoulders squared, eyes sharp, movements precise. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't loose. She looked like a player stepping into destiny. And from the very first possession, she proved it with a lightning-quick hesitation dribble. She froze her defender, crossed over with surgical precision, and launched a three-pointer from a distance that seemed absurd. The ball cut through the air, kissed the net with a sharp snap, and the crowd erupted like a thunderstorm. Strangers hugged strangers. Kids leapt into their parents' arms, and the noise inside the arena reached a deafening crescendo. In that instant, everyone knew this wasn't going to be just another game. This was history in the making. Seattle felt it too. Immediately, they adjusted. 2 defenders picked her up at half court. They trapped her near the sidelines, switched aggressively on every screen, threw every defensive scheme they could imagine at her. But Clark was ready for all of it. When the traps closed in, she danced through defenders with dazzling handles, spinning free to find space. When they clogged the paint, she soared to the rim with fearlessness, finishing contested layups against taller, stronger opponents. And when they sagged even slightly, she punished them with impossibly deep threes. Shots that most players wouldn't even attempt, but for her, felt routine. The commentators fumbled for superlatives, their voices cracking with disbelief. By halftime, the scoreboard glowed, the fans were breathless, and it was clear. This wasn't just dominant.
Been the one that's been most affected by all of our injuries. All of the point guards that know how to get her the ball and how they get it to her. And it's not just getting her the ball, it's where you get it to her, getting it to her on time, on target, thinking one pass ahead, all that matters. And I thought today, her aggressiveness with the ball in her hands to the rim, getting into defenders, playing low to high instead of high to low. When she plays like that, there's nobody that can stop her. And, she set the tone for us, really on both ends. She had the NECA assignment as well and set the tone for us on both ends. And, she was...
This was a once-in-a-generation performance. Then came the records. Like dominoes falling, milestone after milestone crumbled at Clark's feet. First, the scoring record. A deep three-pointer launch from near the logo. Splash. The crowd detonated. A wave of noise so loud it rattled the rafters. Minutes later, she shattered the assist record with a jaw-dropping, no-look pass that threaded through 3 defenders and landed perfectly in her teammates' hands for an easy layup. The arena was shaking. Fans leaping out of their seats, hands thrown into the air in disbelief. But she wasn't done. She dominated the glass, ripping down rebounds in traffic, diving onto floor for loose balls with relentless determination. Then came steals, her anticipation, so sharp it seemed like she could see into the future, intercepting passes before the Storm even realized their mistake. Every category on the stat sheet became a canvas for her brilliance. By the time the final buzzer approached, 6 records had been...
It's special. I mean, there's very few people who get the opportunity to say that they have a logo and to make the impact that she makes, not just, I think, in the sport, but globally, just by being who she is. She's a connector. She brings people together. And, I think for us to be a part of that, and whether it's, as simple as being able to celebrate all of these things with her, or, as much as walking out into the arena and seeing the whiteout on the chairs out there, it's really cool. And it's really special and shoot, I'm talking about it right now, and just feeling the intense gratitude for me personally, being in women's basketball, to be able to be a part of this moment.
Been broken. 6 in a single night. The scoreboard wasn't just keeping track of points anymore. It was documenting history. Inside the arena, the emotion was overwhelming. Some fans screamed until their voices cracked. Others stood frozen, mouths open, hands pressed to their heads, unable to comprehend what they were witnessing. Children wept tears of joy, pointing at the court in disbelief as their hero did the impossible. Even Seattle players, though beaten in
head there at the beginning of the game, comes back in. If you could just speak to her toughness and what it meant seeing her fight through what sure was not very pleasant.
I feel like Lexi's the definition of tough.
Yes.
I think when you just think of her as a player, the way that she hustles, she likes to get loose balls, extra offensive possessions. That's what she does. I mean, she got hit, she came back and just continued to contribute again, was a pest on defense, just making her
exhausted. Couldn't help but respect it. They weren't just defending against a rookie. They were standing in the path of a legend being born. When the final buzzer sounded, the explosion of sound inside the arena shook the building to its core. Teammates rushed to Clark, surrounding her in hugs and shouts of celebration. The scoreboard flashed in bold letters. 6 records broken. The commentators' voices cracked with emotion, trying desperately to capture the weight of what had just happened.
And Gabby Williams were slow to get up after a collision underneath the basket. Here's what happened.
Well, that is a major collision for the two of them. They both knock heads. It took them both some time to get to.
But words felt too small. Around the world, the moment spread like wildfire. Social media platforms erupted instantly. Clips of her deep threes, her fearless drives, her no-look passes, all went viral within minutes. Caitlin Clark wasn't just trending. She was dominating every timeline, every screen, every conversation. But as historic as the numbers were, the real story was bigger. For the Indiana Fever, this night wasn't just a victory. It was a rebirth, a message to the league that they were no longer rebuilding.
Passes, Breezy with a block. She swats Malunga. Fever in transition, left to right. Powers at the right elbow. Backing down, Diggins passes left wing. Kelsey fires. Got it! The defense to offense. And the Fever lead by 10. It's 22-12 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
They were contenders. For the WNBA, this wasn't just another highlight. It was a turning point, a moment that captured the world's attention and drew in fans who had never watched the league before. And for Caitlin Clark, this was not just a performance. It was her coronation. That night, she crossed the line from rising star to living legend. She went from rookie to record breaker, from promising talent to unstoppable force. The arena wasn't just a basketball court anymore. It became the birthplace of a story that will be told for years to come. Parents will tell their children. Children will grow up.
But I mean, it's who she is. She's just a tough young woman who battles every possession, and you can never tell if Lexi if she's hurt, if she's injured, if she goes down, if she gets back up. She just always has the same expression, and she just plays her butt off. And I'm thankful that it wasn't worse. And thankful that she was able to come back. But she really kind of epitomizes the toughness and the grit.
Remembering where they were. Analysts will call it one of the greatest games in Fever history. And fans will forever remember it as the night Caitlin Clark became immortal. Some games fade. Some games leave a mark. But this game, This game will echo through generations. It will be replayed, rewatched, retold as the night Caitlin Clark lit the court on fire, broke 6 records, and stunned the world. This wasn't just basketball. This was destiny. This was greatness. This was Caitlin Clark's legendary night.